Build Burning Gundam from Gundam Build Fighters Try. So let's go ahead and open up the box and see what we have here. Okay, well let's get started. So we have our instruction booklet here. We're gonna go ahead and open it up, obviously. And so you have the instructions here. Go ahead and find a place to look. Go ahead and find a place to put it because you're gonna be looking at it a lot. So I'll put mine right here. Move this out of the way, and let's go ahead and open up our bags. Now, these here are called runners. The little parts that connect them are called sprues. So let's get this one open. All right, so what we have here to work with is we have about 5 runners. You have our yellow parts here, your red parts, and then 2 runners of your white parts. Obviously, this will change depending on what kit you get. And these are called polycaps, which I'll show you what they do soon. It's really cool. They're like joints. So let's go ahead and start. So we see right here, it tells us we need part 9 in the little black bubble there. Part 9 from the A1 runner. Excuse me, I'm trying to hold it up. We need part 9 from the A1 runner. So let's go ahead and find the A1 runner. That's this one here. And we can see that part 9 is right here. There is a little number right there, part 9. Hopefully you can see that there. So like I mentioned earlier, all you really need for Gunpla is just a nail clipper. So I'm gonna show you how to do it with just that, and then I'll show you what tools I use. So you're going to want to get in there, and you're gonna go ahead and want to get not too close to the part, but not too far away. And you're just gonna snap it out. Snap it out there, and snap it out there. So you have your part out. So normally kits have something called nubs, which are not fun at all, but this one was actually a fairly clean cut. It's got some little nubs there, but not too big that I can show you. Now, these are actually not even noticeable at all because of just the way this kit is. Most runners, and let me show you an example, this is from the GM. So let me cut off a piece from here and show you what real nubs actually look like. So here we go. Much more noticeable right here and right here. Those aren't fun. So we take our craft knife, keep it steady. And actually, before you want to do this, if you have a really big nub like this, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get your clipper real close to it, and don't push it in all the way. Don't try to get the whole thing. Just try to get like the big outside bit of it. So I got a little bit with the clipper there, but you can see right there, there's some left. Now is when you want to take your craft knife and you want to go ahead and get rid of that nub. Now you need to be a little careful with this because if you press down too hard, you're at risk of making a gouge in the plastic, which is not fun. You'll have to fill that in with putty later. It won't break the kit, but it's not gonna look good. Now, what a lot of people do is they sand down their nubs as well. So let's say, and I've shown you how to use the nail clipper. You can use it, but what I like to use are my nippers. I love these little things. I'll put a little link in the video where you can get some. These are my Mr. Hobby clippers. So just take this and just clip. Just clip. And the nubs are basically gone, just like that. These are awesome. You don't even need the craft knife. I don't even use it anymore. You just nip the stuff right out and it's done. If you really want to be 100%, I gotta have that nub gone, you can get sanding sticks. These are the ones I use. These are Squadron sanding sticks. You have 5 different grits here. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna start with your coarse grit, which is the roughest, and you just kind of go over it just a little bit. Then you'll go ahead and move down from coarse to medium. And they do have it printed on them which one it is. And then from that down to fine, and then down to extra fine. And then you have a completely smooth surface. I can just run my nail down along that, no resistance. Sometimes there will be a little bit of scratches, but if you're painting your kit, that's not gonna be a problem. And if you, even if you don't paint your kits, it's still gonna look a lot better than if you just have nubs everywhere. So that's how you do your sanding. So we have one more piece to cut out. We have our B1 part here. let's see, B1. So that's going to be from the B runner, which is here, and it says B right up here, so you can tell which one is which. We're going to go ahead and cut out that one piece. So we can cut it out right at the gate there. And let's go ahead and assemble our pieces. Now, it shows you in the manual how to assemble them. So if you're starting a kit for the first time, definitely look at the instructions. Normally it's very obvious how these things connect, but sometimes it's a little tricky, and you can wind up getting your kits kind of messed up. You can have parts in that you didn't mean to put in there. You can put parts together that have parts that you forgot to put in, and it's a pain to get them out. You can do it, but it's a pain. So let's go ahead and take our A1 piece, or B1 piece. They slot in right there with the pegs. And let's go ahead and slot this on. So now we have our basic head. And we're also going to put on some stickers. Everybody likes stickers. If you buy a Bandai kit, there's a good chance it's going to come with a lot of these. This is so that they don't have to keep making a lot of different molded plastic pieces in different colors. You can just pop a sticker on there. So let's go ahead and get the eyes. I like the really cute eyes they have over here. And really gently with the X-Acto knife, we're going to go ahead and slide it under. We're going to get our sticker off. Now this is the most frustrating part of any Gundam kit. It's not as hard here because it's an SD and the head is huge, but getting these eye stickers on a regular high grade kit is frustrating. It is probably the most irritating part of any build Gundam build. So we're going to go ahead and gently slide it over. Use my finger to kind of like tap it down, hold it in place a little. Now don't be worried if you don't get the sticker down perfect on your first try. You can always peel it off and try again. Obviously the least times you have to do that, the better. And then kind of just make sure that it's down nice and flat. And so there you go, you have your eyes. So I've already shown you pretty much all you need to know to build a kit, but let me actually show myself building it. I'll go ahead and speed it up and you can follow along with me. Okay, so we are almost done, but one thing I want to do to make this model kit really stand out is add some panel lining, and to do that you will need a Gundam marker, although if you don't have one you can use a mechanical pencil with gray lead for the white parts. I do recommend investing in these. These are really cheap. You can get them for like $3 a pop, maybe $2 a pop, depending on where you get them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take our kit here, and let me just get rid of this nub here. And this one here. So as you can see, there are a lot of detail lines on Gundam kits. You can see one there. You can see one here. Now, we want to accentuate these with the ink. It's important to kind of differentiate between where a panel line is and where the kit meets another part. So you can see there, it's going up and down there. That's not a panel line, that's just where the two kits intersect. That's called a seam line. You can get rid of seam lines in various ways, but that's not what we're going to be doing right now. So let's go ahead and take one of our Gundam markers. So we have our gray here. And you're just gonna go ahead and just color in along that line. See? And that is where the Q-tips come in, because when you put it on there, there's going to be a little bit of excess ink. It's going to look kind of messy. So you want to go over it with a Q-tip, kind of just scrub at it a little bit. Don't be too rough, but don't be too gentle. And there you have a nice, much cleaner line. So let me go ahead and panel line the whole kit. So that's about all the panel lining we need to do. There's really only panel lines on the head here in this kit. When you're doing a high grade kit, there's going to be way more stuff to panel line. So really, I would only really invest in these if you're going to be building a high grade kit. So let's go ahead and put it all together. There we go. We have our Build Burning Gundam. See, it wasn't very hard at all. So yeah, this is a very accessible, easy kit, and you might not, let's push his shoulders in there. This is a super easy kit. You wouldn't even need the nail clippers for this because they just pop right off the runner. So we have our little guy here. He can, move his legs around like this, move his arms back and forth. He can twist his arms around, and because they're on polycaps, you can just pop the arm right off. So this is a really simple kit. It is about $6 to $7, really good for your first build, and I recommend it. I hope that showing you guys how I build my kits has made you a little more confident in starting yourself, and I hope to see what you guys put together. Thank you.